Now, here's the thing. Let me just tell y'all the truth. It is what it is. The Lord said, God said, in the beginning, I created male and female. And when they get married, they become one flesh. If you go through the Bible says marriage is honorable and the bed not defiled. That means if you're married legally, according to God's standards, and y'all get down at night, that was ordered by God. To have a good time if you're married. Society says this. You don't have to be married to have a good time. If you want to have coitus, which is coitus and sex mean the same thing. If you have coitus outside of marriage, the world says it's a good thing. As a matter of fact, in most schools, the girls compare themselves with the ones that don't have coitus. They call the girls that don't mess around stuck up, dried up, self-indulged, messed up. But the girls that got boyfriends, you know the ones that sleep, it's not hard to figure out. It's too easy to figure out who's sleeping around in school. It's easy. Those are the popular girls. Those are the girls that guys go after, the easy ones. For a young lady to hold off until she gets married is now a disaster if a person wants to do that. God created coitus or sex for married people. If you have sex outside marriage, outside of your marriage, or outside of marriage, and if for any reason you die, accidentally, some type of disease or whatever, if you don't confess that sin to Christ, you don't go to heaven. So everybody that dies and have a boyfriend, it's called shacking up. If they shacking up, let's say one of the couples died, that person that died now has to face Christ and not have to give an answer as to why you disobeyed him. And here's the thing. This is a thing. I have a close relative that said, I don't see why God would go against me having sex with whoever I want to, as long as that person's not hurt. And so a girl called him and said, I need $900 to pay my rent. He says, come on over, I got the money. But she already knows if she comes over there to get that money, she already knows what to expect of him. He wants to go to bed with you. And so you say, well, you know, I want to do this because it's the right thing to do. I don't want to rob nobody for it. So what I'll do, I'll go over to this guy's house and let him do what he want to do with me. And at the end of the day, I got the money I need to do whatever I need to do with, and he got what he wanted. So what he's saying is that God should have no say-so. If I give a woman what she needs, and then she gives me what I need, then everybody's made whole. Everybody's happy. So his Christianity is telling him that God should not interfere with his sex life as long as no one's hurt. emotionally, spiritually, or naturally. So he says, in essence, I don't see nothing wrong with doing certain things that God don't agree with, as long as it doesn't hurt the other person. So, if I smoke weed or crack and I'm at home, nobody's hurt, everybody's happy, I don't see where God should have anything to say about that. The weed. Here's the thing about intoxicating beverages and other signs, other stuff that get you high. If a person says, if I'm smoking weed at home, then God shouldn't have anything to say about that. Now, here's the problem. If I go to a bar or to an outlet where I'm smoking reefer or drinking, after a certain moment, you start losing, now people don't want to admit it, you start losing rationality. I did this. If I drink, I did 10 shots of 151 in Ohio. I did that many times. I don't see where it's a problem. Now, I almost ran somebody over. I ran a stop sign over. I might hit a telephone pole. I might hit another car and then keep going. Because you can't hit a car and stop. When they come for you, it's going to be a problem. So if you're drunk and you hit a car, if nobody's around, you keep going. The car can run on home. Get out the way. And you get away with it. Okay. So now I just sin against God and society. But I say to myself, I needed to get away so I won't cause myself any more damage. But you cause the other person damage. Well, he got insurance. It'll take care of itself. You still did wrong. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. I don't care how you look at it. When I went across the street, I told the guy, don't park there. If I back out of the driveway, there's a good chance I'll hit your car. I'm not thinking, it's a good chance I'll hit your car if I back up the wrong way. And he insists on staying there. My wife said, pray about it. I said, I ain't praying about nothing. God take too long to move. So what I do, I went outside, 2 or 3 in the morning, punctured some tires. And it worked. Never parked there again. Now, my wife said, what you did was wrong. I said, I got results, didn't I? So I feel like I was right. And I felt that God was on my side. After I did the wrong. You got to understand. When you depend on yourself for salvation, these things happen. You justify your wrong because you feel like you're right. And God looks at our righteousness, our self-righteousness, as filthy rags. And when I read that, I was disturbed when I read it in the Bible. Our righteousness is as filthy rags to God. That means when I decide to do wrong and give it a good justification, God should not come after me or hold it against me, because as long as I'm concerned, I did the right thing. And you even brag about it. How you got over. How I got over. So, and you have to understand, when you get back at somebody for doing you wrong, get back again, get back feels good. It's delicious. It is delicious to be able to get back at somebody for what they did to you. It is, just feels so good all the over. But it ain't God's way. Like, hey, look here, you know what I'm saying? He did this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't praying about nothing. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to handle this myself. That's right. I'm going to take care. I don't need God to handle this. I can handle this. And so you handle it. And you hurt the other person. And you want to make sure that that person knows that it came from you. Because if he doesn't know that, then you don't feel good about it. So you let him know. And the thing about it is, you gotta allow Satan to help you. Because you gotta be able to do the damage without it coming back to you. I was good at that. I mean, I was good. And it's the way it is. Now look, I live every day relying on God's word. Now, I mean, before too, but now that I'm straightened out, when I was playing the organ in the churches, I was doing porn. When I was playing the organ in churches, I was stealing from God. When I was playing the organ in churches and get paid, I couldn't wait to go to the bar. The service was so sorry, I needed a drink. Some churches that I play for, the service was so dead and so backwards and so many lies told. All I wanted was to check, cash it at the bar, and buy me 4 shots of 151. And then I was happy as I can be. Happy as I can be. Get home, get past my wife without her noticing it, didn't work, and go to sleep. And I mean, I slept good. And I got so bad where I had a couple of visits from Satan himself, or one of Satan's angels. And I was put in a trance. And I was frozen. I couldn't move. I mean, I could not move. And Satan was letting me know how good boy I was. He was letting me know, I'm so proud of you for following me. Look, some folks sin on the line. They don't go too far. Not me. When I sin, I don't mess around. I drink everybody's bar up. I cuss everybody out. I not only went to the porn shops to buy the CDs or DVDs, I stole half of them and knew how to do it. I was a complete mess. It was all about me. My wife praying for me ignoring her. I didn't worry about it. I didn't worry about going to hell. I had everything under control. Everything was just great. And one day God came down on me and it hurt bad. I mean, it hurt. I lost everything. Hard as I worked, I lost everything. Ended up going out of state to California for rehab. Went fasting and praying, asking God. Look, when you go to a rehab station, if you don't go there with a made-up mind to do better, then don't go. You're wasting your time. When I went there, I said, this is a do or die situation. When I went at 08, I decided to straighten up. I really did. And for 2 or 3 nights, I was in bed sitting up. And people was wondering why I was sitting up like a statue. Because I was so engrossed in doing the wrong thing that I was hoping I could find something dirty I can do. And I couldn't come up with nothing. I started praying, started fasting. God brought my mind back to rationality. I began to read the Bible over again. After I read it 4 times, I read the Bible again. Got into praying and fasting. Things turned around for me. God forgave me for all that dirt. That's a lot of dirt. Sometimes I just wonder, God's grace is so good. His mercy endures forever. God actually forgave me for all that dirt. It was so hard to fathom that. Which is so hard. Do you know what I did? Do you know how long I've done it? Do you know how much I've stolen and all this and mess around with my wife, and Lord, you mean tell me you gonna forgive me for all that dirt, all that dirt? But he did. And here I am now, a changed man, and people don't like it. I remember when you did. I remember you did. I remember when you was. I remember you was in. All that comes up. Satan brings that up to you and says, you know God ain't forgave you for all that sin. Who you think God is gonna let you get forgiveness for all that dirt you done did out there? Well, he did. And now I stay close to God. I don't have another choice. I stay close to God, close as I can get. I did the right thing now. With that, again, I ask anybody who wants to donate to my wife and I ministry. We're both ministers. You can donate to Zelle, 661-662-1680, or Cortez Barnes, 884@gmail.com, or hashtag, $ Cortez Barnes 86@gmail.com. There you go. So, I'm working for the Lord now. I want to go full time. I'm getting ready to do something for somebody, and that's a good idea. And since I've come back to God with a whole heart, God has really worked with me. God has blessed my wife and I. A little late, but never late. It's never too late if you do it while you're alive. Change your heart. Let God change your heart. Let God clean you up. Allow God to do something with you. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt bad. Because every time I go by a bar, not now, when I first stopped drinking, I would go by the bar. And I would drive by the bar. I would stop at the light, the bar's right there. And I go to white bars because I don't feel like getting shot. That's why I used to go to white bars. And they used to ask me, why are you coming to the white bar? Why don't you go to the black bar? Look, when I want to get shot, I go to a black bar. But I went to the white bar because nobody's there. The barmaids are very, very nice. And the people are nice. They just are. Just don't bother the women. They don't like that. They don't like you to bother a woman. You know what I'm saying? You can go in there all you want and drink all you want and talk to the guys and everything's fine. You start pushing up on a white woman. See, you can't do that. You got to allow them to give you one. And they always give you one of the throwaways. That's how these black guys get these fat women, because somebody gave them. If you go to a church, and if you're a black guy and the church is all white, and they'll see to it, you get one of the fat girls that nobody wants, but it's just the way it is. And you're happy with that, so what are you going to do? All right, anyway, I'll see you guys later. It's Sunday morning. I think it's 4 o'clock. I'm not sure. 4 o'clock in the morning. And my wife, she's still asleep. So I'm happily married. I'm happy. I got the best wife in the world, in my opinion. She's great. She's great. She's a prayer warrior. She's always praying for me. I'm always praying for her. And even though we in our 70s, we still feel great. I still do the same thing I was doing since I was in my 30s. So I don't know how, but I just do. I just jump out of bed and ready to go. I still can build. I'm a plumber, electrician, and a carpenter. My mother made me go to school for it. I didn't want to go. So the letter came. I hid the letter. My mother said, I found the letter. You're getting out of here. You're getting out of here. And she sent me on the Greyhound to go to the trade school for 3 years. And I stayed there the whole time. Didn't want to leave. I graduated with honors. And there's new things I had to learn. But, you understand, 1971, if you graduate in 1971, there's some things that's now it's been changed. But for the most part, it's still the same. Just add on. That I can build a house, my eyes closed. Electric, plumbing, second nature. So our car went down. We don't have no vehicle right now, but we're asking God to send us another vehicle. We believe in God's going to do that in His own time. But right now we're at home, having a good time. And this is our church service we're having on Sunday. So We're going to have another one today too. See you guys later, okay? Till next time. I love you guys all.